Hallo Leute, welcome back to my channel Deutsch Flicks, where Dobby speaks better German than most of the exchange students.
Wer sind Sie?
Dobby, Sir. Dobby, der Hauself.
Aber das ist nicht der passende Augenblick für einen Hauselfen in meinem Zimmer.
Oh, ja, Sir. Dobby versteht das.
So in previous episodes, we already covered personal pronouns in nominative and accusative case. So today we take it one step further and learn dative personal pronouns. Don't worry, I'll firstly give you a quick recap of what we already know, and then we will see how the pronouns will change in dative case with plenty of examples. Sind Sie bereit? Are you ready? Los geht's. Okay, so firstly, I will list all the personal pronouns in nominative case. So we have ich, du, er, sie, es, wir, ihr, sie. So at least this is what we already know from our second episode. Now I'll go ahead and list all the personal pronouns in accusative case. And why do we use them? For replacing the direct objects in a sentence. So we have ich, mich, du, dich, er, ihn, sie, es, wir, uns, ihr, euch, sie. Now the problem with German is there are two versions for me. We have one for accusative and we have to take a look at one in dative. Similarly, you, we have dish and then something else in dative case. So I'm gonna list all the personal pronouns in dative case. Okay, so this is the personal pronoun in dative case. So how do you have to memorize this table? You have to go like ich, mich, mir, du, dich, dir, er, ihn, ihm, sie, ihr, es, ihm, wir, uns, ihr, euch, sie, ihnen, sie, ihnen. I'm pretty sure you must have seen a couple of words already from this list. How do we ask how are you in German? We either say wie geht es dir or wie geht es ihnen. So we are using these words. Reason being, the verb as geht in German, it is strictly dative. Now before we discuss examples, in case you don't know the case system in German language, I have created separate videos on this. So you can watch them and clear your basics. Okay, time to discuss the examples. Now you can see the words highlighted in yellow color. These are nothing but personal pronouns and you have to fill them in dative case. I'll explain you the reason why you have to fill in dative case. So first up we have can you help me? So can, we have to use können. For you, let's take sie. And how do we say help? We say helfen. Now since helfen is strictly dative verb, I'm gonna use the personal pronoun, I mean the dative version of me. And you can go to the previous slide, you can see dative version of me is mir. Kannst du or können Sie mir helfen? Then I give you my book. So firstly, let's translate I give my book. So it will be ich gebe. My book will be mein Buch. Now you can see the verb geben, it is being conjugated according to ich. That means this is the subject. Subject is in nominative. Then comes my direct object, mein Buch, which is nothing but accusative object. So nominative has played its role, accusative has played its role. So this you doesn't have any choice. It has to come in dative case. So we will use you in dative case. We got lot of options. You can either go with dir, or you can write euch, or you can write ihnen. Reason being, we do not know the context. So if there's one person standing in front of me and he's my friend, I'll go with dir. Now if two friends are there or more than two friends, I'll go with euch. But if I have to address someone formally, irrespective of how many of them are standing in front of me, I will go with this ihnen. Then we have we show him the city. So firstly, let's translate we show the city. So it will be wir zeigen. Zeigen means to show. City will be die Stadt. Now again, zeigen being conjugated according to wir. Wir is in nominative case. This is the subject of the sentence. Then comes die Stadt, which is the direct object, and direct object means accusative object. So him doesn't have any choice. It has to come in dative case. How do we say him in dative? We say ihm. Wir zeigen ihm die Stadt. Then we have he goes with him. He goes, geht. How do we say with? We say mit. Now what kind of preposition is mit? It is dative preposition. That means we have to choose him in dative case. We already saw it. It is ihm. So we'll write ihm. Then we have I thank you. It will be ich danke. And now the verb danken, it is strictly dative. You have to learn by heart. Danken is strictly dative. So we will use this you in dative case. Again, it could be dir, euch, or ihnen. Then we have she congratulates me. Sie, and the verb here is gratulieren. Sie gratuliert. Now, gratulieren is again dative verb. Strictly dative in nature. So we will use me in dative case. It will be mir. Sie gratuliert mir. So the challenge here is not to memorize the table in nominative, accusative, or dative. That you can do. But the challenge here is to identify the case. If you're struggling with case identification, then you're so gone. You will not be able to speak or write perfect German. So make sure your basics are clear. You know you're well versed with nominative, accusative, and dative case. So we had variety of examples. We saw there are verbs which are strictly dative, like help or congratulate or thank in German. And we also saw if there are two objects, we have direct object and then we have indirect object. So that has to come in dative case, right? And we also saw one example with dative preposition with. If you have understood this, I have one practice exercise for you. erkennen Sie die Lücken? You have to fill in the blanks. What you have to fill is already given in brackets, you can see. You'll be filling personal pronoun in dative case, and while I'm showing my answers after 5 seconds, I will also explain you why it is dative. But your task here is to fill the personal pronoun in dative case. You can pause the video. Okay, let's discuss the answers. Firstly, what I'll do is I'll write the personal pronoun in dative case for each and every pronoun or noun. Okay, so this is what will come in the blanks. I'll explain you the sentence, what does it mean in English and why is it dative. Nummer 1, wie gefällt dir die Hose? Now the verb gefallen, it is strictly dative. You can memorize it. Gefallen means to please or to like. So it's like, how do you like the pants? Wie gefällt dir die Hose? Nummer 2, ich helfe ihnen bei den Hausaufgaben. I help them, as in the children, with the homework. We saw it already on the last page. Helfen is strictly dative verb. Nummer 3, die Verkäuferin zeigt ihm die Jacken. Now the verb zeigen was already present on the last page. You can see we have something like direct object which is in accusative case. Now whatever will come in the blank will be in dative case, which is ihm. So this verb is something wherein we can include two objects. This is my direct object and this is my indirect object. Indirect object is mostly person. So the seller shows him the jacket. Nummer 4, das T-Shirt steht ihr nicht. The T-shirt doesn't look good on her. Now the verb stehen, if you're using it and giving dative treatment after that. Now the meaning is to look. As in something is looking good or something is looking bad. So if you want to compliment someone, you can use stehen and give dative treatment. For example, das Hemd steht dir sehr gut. The shirt looks good on you. Or die Hose steht ihr gut. The pants look good on her. Die Hose steht ihr nicht gut. The pants, they don't look good on her. Nummer 5, wie gefällt ihnen Dortmund? Now Dortmund is the city and gefallen is dative verb. How do you like Dortmund? Nummer 6, again we have gefallen. Wie gefällt euch Dortmund? How do you like Dortmund? So 5th sentence is formal, 6th sentence is informal. Nummer 7, gehst du bitte mit ihm spazieren? It's like, are you going with it for a walk? Now it is referring to a dog. The verb here is spazieren gehen, which means to go for a walk. And why are we giving dative treatment? It is because of dative preposition. And dog is masculine, so we have gone with ihm. Nummer 8, Gemüse schmeckt ihm nicht. Schmecken means to taste, and it is strictly dative verb. The vegetable doesn't taste good. To whom? To him, the child. Nummer 9, das Eis hat uns gut geschmeckt. Now this time we have perfect tense. The ice cream tasted good. To whom? To us. So that will come in dative case. Reason? Schmecken is dative verb. Nummer 10, das Büro hat Ihnen eine E-Mail geschrieben. The company, the office, has written a mail to them. Now, schreiben is not a dative verb, but you can see there are two objects included. We have already direct object present over here, eine email, which is in accusative. Das Büro is in nominative. So something dative has to come. This is the example of verb taking two object, wherein the thing object will take accusative and personal object will take dative. Hence, I have written in dative case. And that's a wrap on personal pronoun in dative case. If this helped you, like this video and subscribe to Deutsch Flix. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.
Like and subscribe.